Greetings, Japan fans. In today's show, we're going to be looking at ruthlessness. Maishu, arigatou gozaimasu, and welcome back to the 11th year of the Leadership Japan series. And I'm your host in Tokyo, Dr. Greg Story, Dale Carnegie Tokyo franchise owner, president of Dale Carnegie Tokyo Training, and three-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, which is Ergo in Japanese, Japan Business Mastery, and Japan Presentations Mastery. My new book, Stop Wasting Money on Training in Japanese, is Training de Okane o Muru ni suru no wa yamimashou. And all of my books are available on Amazon. This podcast brings insights, examples, and experience about leading in Japan. Trust me, it is different here. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn. Unlike many other hosting organizations, Libsyn have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on Apple Podcasts. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show podcast. Tuesday, the Presentations Japan series. And every second Tuesday, the Business Tatsujin no Oishia Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series. And every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcasto Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show podcast. Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Before we get going, today's handy Japanese phrase is Kori nashi de onegai shimasu. Kori nashi de onegai shimasu. No ice, please. Kori nashi de onegai shimasu. Kori nashi de onegai shimasu. No, I don't want any ice in my drink, thank you. Kori nashi de onegai shimasu. Kori nashi de onegai shimasu. Kori nashi de onegai shimasu. This is episode number 526, and today we're talking about leader ruthlessness with underperformance. Japan is a unique country where underperformance is not considered a legitimate reason to terminate someone's employ. Leaders new to the country will often run into this issue. They arrive with a mandate from HQ to fix Japan and get it up to a required performance standard. As soon as the new broom brings in changes to achieve the HQ revenue targets, the trouble starts. Change is never an easy thing for Japan to deal with because same old is a known commodity and therefore a safe choice. New represents risk. And everyone here has been raised to avoid mistakes and errors, and new things are inevitably going to be difficult to execute perfectly from the start. Ergo, don't do new things. Your new boss will have religion about the changes they want to see, and in short order they discover that despite all that head-nodding agreement in the room, no one is executing the agreed changes. The answer is simple. As far as the Japanese leaders are concerned, they have not agreed. But they have chosen not to raise their concerns in the meeting where they were discussed. This is the Western way of doing things. Get everyone together, debate, then decide. Japan doesn't do it that way. The Nemawashi or groundwork method requires a lot of consensus building. So the meeting is only there to rubber stamp something which has already been worked out behind the scenes over a long period. Every angle has been studied, every correlation considered, every impact divined. Once this has been agreed to everyone's satisfaction, then it will be raised to the top of the tree for a decision. The new boss just raising this at a meeting before the proper due diligence has been undertaken is not considered the professional way of doing things, and that is why the follow-up doesn't get done. People just haven't agreed yet. The boss remonstrates with his or her executive team, but cannot get a handle on what is going on. Some people are more resistant than others, and these people get marked for removal as individuals who are not aligned with HQ's direction nor the new boss's strategy. Who is right and who is wrong isn't particularly clear, but resistance and non-performance are clear. And that is how people are ejected from the team. Find out more when we come back from the break. Today's show is brought to you by our public courses, but we also are doing custom in-house programs. We do these in both Japanese and English. We do them face-to-face in our super safe classroom, and we do them live online. Today's show is being brought to you by, on the 29th of August, by our Step Up the Leadership program, excellent program for new leaders. On the 30th of August, we're doing storytelling. This is a must. You've got to be good at storytelling. It's leadership, it's sales, anyone's got to be persuasive. This is a basic skill, but we don't have it for the most part. We've got to learn it. This is where you'll learn it. Go to our website at www.dale-carnegie, carnegie.co.jp. Get my best-selling books, Japan Sales Mastery, which in Japanese is Ergo. This is the Bible for selling in Japan. Japan Business Mastery, Japan Presentations Mastery, plus Stop Wasting Money on Training, which in Japanese is Training de Okane o Muru ni Sunu wa Yamimashou, and all are available on Amazon. If you like learning by watching videos, we have nearly 2,000 there for you at Tokyo, Japan, Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's the premier business show on Japan every Monday, Tokyo time. Fridays, we have the Japan Business Mastery Show, and on Sundays, we release Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders from small and medium enterprises all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Terebi Show. You can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Welcome back. To the new boss, these resistors need to be dealt with ruthlessly, or the mandate will never get done. There is no tolerance for a perceived lack of loyalty. The irony is often that the resistors are often super loyal and are trying to save the machine from itself. They are usually super loyal to the clients and always take their side in any contest between what is good for the client and what is good for the organization. A bunch of outside HQ ideas being forced on Japan is not seen as having the right amount of depth of understanding of the market and the customer base. Not doing what HQ suggests is seen as the smarter move, because the people sitting in HQ have close to zero understanding of Japan and how things really work. The newly minted boss has been given their marching orders, and they will be removed if they don't follow them to the letter. The new boss is therefore resisted as a clueless plant from HQ, doing the bidding of people even more clueless than they are. It is a head-on collision just waiting to happen. After a couple of years of experience gained in Japan and a better understanding of client needs, the new boss starts to open their eyes and becomes a lot less rambunctious. The resistors have been canned or calmed. Those who left have moved on to the next company, and they won't be coming back. They took all the client relationships with them too, as the new boss slowly discovers to their chagrin. This happened for one of the senior Japanese staff at an organization I know well. The new broom got rid of him, and without knowing it, had just destroyed decades of deep relationship build with the buyers, once a market-leading jewel in the crown for that organization. That new broom was arrogant and clueless, so I'm not sure if you ever appreciated what he had done. New leaders have their marching orders from HQ, but they would be wise to take their time trying to implement them. Get to know the people first, especially the key clients. It is much easier to educate HQ idiots about Japan than to find people with decades of relationships and deep knowledge of the area. Of course, there will be underperformers who should be removed, but make sure they actually are underperformers first before taking any drastic action. Thank you for joining the Leadership Japan series. If you found the program useful, then tell your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. You can contact me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Our website is www.dale-carnegie.co.jp. Until the next episode, take what you thought valuable, put it into action, because idea application is what makes winners winners. So be one of them. Remember, I'm in your corner, committed to your success here in Nippon.